How open-minded are you to the belief that we may be lying about our goals or potentially don't know our business? Well, what do I mean? 1 week down at a 52 to go, and unfortunately, we already know the stats. The majority of people that set business plans no longer look at it after week one. We also know that over 35% of people who set a New Year's resolution quit after week one. The numbers only continue to increase every single week. So the question is, why would we keep believing, saying, or sharing with others we're going to hit our goals? That's right. Let's dive right into the 3 things we can do to measure whether or not we're still lying to people about achieving our goals, or potentially maybe we need a proven process to learn about on how to be able to predict our business, so then that way we can change them if it's required. So the first one to do is real quick, I'll ask you the question. Where was your heart this week when it comes to your business, looking at your goals? So as you look at your goals for the year on a scale of 0 to 100, give me a percentage on how much were you all in on your business? Meaning, when you think about your heart, think about it in life. Love. We go into love 100% with our heart open, ready to be broken. Not until we move to our head are we concerned about it being broken. Our heart is going all in. So on 0 to 100, how all in were you on joy and happiness and love in your business? I'll give you an example. If you said that you were going to make 2 hours of calls a day, and guess what? You made those 2 hours. Why? Because your heart was there. You didn't think about the things to say or what was going to happen. It did not matter because your heart was all in. Next, your head is on a scale of 0 to 100. Where was your head this week? But before you measure, here's how I want you to measure it against. Is were you alert to distractions and urgency? So when you think about the goals that you've written for the year, when you look at head, scale of 0 to 100, was your head in your business this week? Meaning, were you alert to distractions and did you operate with urgency? Yes, I know it's only 1 week, but the reality is we'll be 12 weeks in, 24 weeks in, we'll be 3 quarters through the year business planning into 2024 before we know it. And the one key that successful entrepreneurs have is they operate with a level of urgency as if they don't have another week. So 0 to 100 on head. Now, as you look at then body is from a scale of 0 to 100. Were you where you needed to be this week? Good example would be is if you said you were going to conduct 5 appointments, you're going to meet with all of your leaders. You said you were going to work 2 open houses. Were you where you needed to be when you look at the activities for your goals? So on a scale of 0 to 100, give me a percentage of where were you when you look at your body. Were you where you needed to be to hit those goals that you have for the year? Now take these 3 measurements, add them all up, divide them by 3, and what's your score? Now, great proven processes like the 12-week year or 4 disciplines of execution, there's a scorecard that you're going to follow every single week throughout the year. And this is the nice part, is at least you can start moving away from being a liar to at least being able to predict. Because see, if you're not scoring 85% or higher on the activities, whether that be your mindset, whether it be execution, where you're at, and or the skill, meaning the things that you're doing or saying, head, okay, is that you're not going to achieve your goals. So 85% or higher every single week, you can start predicting and also not lying to yourself that most likely your goals are going to be met. But there's 3 things that have to happen. And after the first week, what I would ask each and every one of you, if you're watching this video, is measure yourself every single week to your goals. And then ask yourself, 85% or higher, I'm on course. Good news is celebrate, do something fun, and get right back on track doing the exact same thing you were doing last week. Now, as you start looking at if it was 85% or below, what do you need to do to correct? So I'm not on course, so I need to correct this week, not next month, because your destination may be too far, just like a flight pattern. Or if you've flown privately, you know you kind of jump to little points, but it's not long points away to where it's going to take forever to get to your destination. So as we look at what are you going to do this week to correct, that's your weekly plan this week. And then lastly, though, is maybe you need to change your goal. I know it's only 1 week in. It might be embarrassing, but at the end of the day, nothing is worse than lying to ourselves And then in business, nothing is worse than doing business with people who cannot predict business. So at least by changing your goals, you are predicting by using information of knowing yourself and or your industry to say, hey, you know what? I know it's only 1 month in, but we need to change this goal because I'm telling you, it's not going to be hit. And the nice part is at least now we're having honest conversations around what can we potentially do to not change the goal. But at the end of the day, at least you're predicting that you may not. And overall hope is not a strategy. Beliefs and values are critical. But what we need is urgency and reality to help us every single day do the things we need to do. And methods like this, the 12-week year, are proven processes to help people with execution. So that way, daily and weekly, you're one step closer to hitting your goals. So from me to you, you only had a couple questions to answer, but let me know in the comments or shoot me a text. I love this conversation. Are you on course? Do you need to correct? Or are you changing your goals already 1 week into the year?